Okay, guys, this is what you're going to do when you finish carving. If anybody finishes carving today, you can do this. If you don't get to finish carving today, you can finish up tomorrow. But you're going to take your block and you're going to take a piece of newsprint paper. This is like what newspaper is printed on. It's a thin piece of paper, and put it on top of your block. And then you're going to use a thick crayon that doesn't have the paper on it anymore and lay it on its side and do what's called a crayon rubbing or a texture rubbing to see what your print's going to look like. So do you guys remember what the first print is called? When you make your first print, do you remember what it's called? Yes, artist proof. Good job, Jocelyn. So this is kind of like the pre-artist proof to see what your print's going to look like. Okay, so you're just going to hold your paper down so it doesn't move around, and you're going to take the crayon and rub on its side all over. I like to do the crayon in one direction because if I go back and forth, the paper tends to bunch up and not want to stay in the same place. So I'm just moving my hand, holding it down in a place where I'm not doing the crayon rubbing. Okay, so when you do this, you're going to see what your print's going to look like, and you're also going to be able to see if there's anywhere that you need to carve a little deeper or carve away areas that might show up in your print where you don't want them to. Okay, so I can see right here on the edge of this, I might need to carve away a little bit more of the background. This edge, I might need to carve down a little bit more because it's, showing when I'm going like this, so it might show in my print as well. Okay, and then see this leaf. I think in this leaf, I need to carve the veins of my leaf aren't carved quite deep enough because they're not showing up very well. So I think I would take my number 1 blade and make the veins of the leaf carved just a little bit deeper. Okay, so this is going to tell you if there's any areas that were carved away that aren't carved deep enough, and then you're likely to have a better artist proof the first time that you print. But the first time you print, you may see even more areas that need to be adjusted. But at least when you do this, you get a good picture of any areas that are like glaringly too high that you need to carve away. Okay, so you're going to do that when you're done with your carving.